Is anyone else Googling, why haven't I pooped in 12 days? Why is it so hard to make friends as an adult? Or how do I know if therapy is really working? We're living in a time with more access to information and ways to connect to each other than ever before.
Yet, many of us are left feeling so exhausted, lonely, and striving endlessly to be better, to feel better.
Ultimately, we're left feeling like Sisyphus, rolling our baggage uphill endlessly and struggling to feel fulfilled and recognize how far we've come.
Literally, it often feels impossible to cut through the noise. How much of self-improvement is just an attempt to cover up the fact that we're all gonna die? And we live in a form of reality created by the top 1% of old white cis.
And that's exactly why we created the Rewired Woman Podcast, the neuroscience of womanhood. Your go-to space for real, honest, and heart-centered conversations about how our nervous systems shape our lives.
How modern science and ancient wisdom can help us to feel more safe, aligned, connected, and powerful than ever before. Join us every week as we review the research and bring you evidence-based insights and tools with a feminine lens, mixed with a woo-woo, lots of laughs, and an approach to wellness like you've never experienced before.
This is a judgment-free zone for real questions, real insights, and real girl talk to help heal old wounds, create new patterns, and finally be the women we want to be.
We're your hosts. I'm Madeline Rose, but you could call me Mads. These days, I spend most of my time and energy fulfilling my purpose as a spiritual life coach and founder of The Balance Rose, where I facilitate sound baths, meditation and breathwork, and mindset coaching to help women feel safe in their bodies so they can finally show up as the powerful, magical, confident woman they're meant to be.
I'm Kat, a drug and alcohol counselor, currently studying to get my master's in social work. I'm a former neuroscience researcher and spiritual seeker with a curious mind and a soft spot for the mystical.
So basically, we created the Rewired Woman Podcast so you could eavesdrop on the kind of conversations we have when we're supposed to be working, but end up spiraling about attachment theory, hormones, and whether our high school friendships were actually just emotionally manipulative. So we created the Rewired Woman Podcast as a space for the messy, the magical, the mind-blowing, where science meets soul, and no question it's too big, too weird, or too personal.
We're not here to preach. We're just here to unpack the patterns we're still unlearning ourselves. Things like people-pleasing, shrinking ourselves just to keep the peace, or pretending we're fine when we're on the brink of fucking crashing out.
Guilty.
This isn't your average wellness podcast. We mix brain science with ancient wisdom and lots of foul language to explore the real reasons why we feel anxious, stuck, disconnected, or just not ourselves day to day.
We're talking about deep and meaningful topics like trauma bonding, therapy, nervous system regulation, antidepressants, all the way to spiritual awakenings, breakups, pubic hair, dating apps, and coffee enemas. Yeah, really. We're going to be looking at what the research says, mixed with some spiritual perspective and our hot takes.
This space is here to help you feel less alone, more connected, and way more equipped to navigate it all.
So if you're ready to stop self-abandoning and start rewiring, hit subscribe and join the conversation.